Yo, what's going on, my MGTOW brothers? This is another episode of Really Messed Up. So here we go. This is a part two to a video I did in the Really Messed Up series called Trying to Please a Woman and Why You Will Always Fail. This is a part two to it. So go listen to part one and then you'll be able to understand part two. So part two has to do with same woman with the 60 attributes, and then I got 58 out of 60 attributes, and she still wasn't happy. But before the relationship ended, within the relationship, we had went on a whatchamacallit, a trip. We went to South Beach, Miami. All right. And basically when we went down there, I paid for the I think we both paid it together. Yeah, we both paid it together for the condo. And then, we both chipped in together, for the car that we had. We had a nice Cadillac CTS. It was dope. Anyway, I like flying by myself. I don't really like flying with somebody because I like that whole experience, man. I don't fly that much, so when I do it, I like to enjoy the experience. So what happened was I took a flight, she took a flight, and I got down there before she did. And then I went to, pick her up at the airport. Now, her birthday was coming up while we were down there. So I'm gonna share y'all a story about how you cannot please a woman, and you just add that into the other video that goes on about me having her writing a list of 60 attributes that she want, and I got 58 out of the 60, 58 attributes out of the 60 she required, and she still wasn't happy. So anyway, moving forward, I did something that I have never done for a woman, not even my own mother, a happy birthday party, celebrating somebody's birthday and setting up a little happy birthday celebration for somebody. And I'm gonna be descriptive and tell you what I did. I never did this before. Now this is trying to make a woman happy, right? Now I really liked this woman. You know what I'm saying, bros? I really liked it her. I didn't like her. I liked it her. That's a whole nother level of like. That's a little ebonics right there. But so that's like a real deep level. I really liked it her. Wasn't in love, but I really liked it. I could have been going in that way. So this is what had happened. What had happened was I got to the airport and I had bought some a rose and like one of the little balloons, cellophane balloons that says happy birthday, and I tied the balloon to the whatchamacallit, the rose, and put it on the driver's seat. So when I went to go pick her up, I got out the car, I opened the door, and guess what she seen sitting on the seat? That's right, the rose and the balloon. She was happy. And a little card too, welcoming her to South Beach, Miami. And let me show you my place. This is where I love to have fun and chill. I'm gonna do another video and tell you how I got introduced to South Beach, Miami. But I just wanted to, I was telling her about it. So now we down there. So we get to the hotel. Now, before I got to the condo, actually, not the hotel, the condo, I had done something that I never did before. This is what I did. Before she got down there, I had to try to figure out a way how I'm gonna blow her mind. Because, I know this type of woman, she likes fanfare. So I was nervous. I wanted her to really like this thing. So I went deep into my simp bag. You know what I'm saying? I really dug real deep into that simp bag of mine and pulled out some ideas. So this is what one of the ideas I had. I went to Party City and I just started brainstorming. So what I did was they had like they had balloons with these little anchor weights at the that you can put to hold the balloons in place, on the string. So I bought a gang of balloons and these anchor weights so that I could put a set of balloons on one side of the door when you get to the condo, and then another set of balloons on the other side of the door when you get to the condo. Then I bought uh, the wording like happy birthday and her name, you know what I'm saying, underneath it. So, and then I put something else on the door. I can't remember what it was, something to do with another sticker or something like that to put on the door. So when you come up the stage, you get to the door, you see all these balloons at the front door to the condo, you know, and then the big happy birthday that goes on the top of the doorway. So like when you walk in the door, on the top of the door it says happy birthday and her name, the balloons, the little thing on the door. And then when she walked in, there was like balloons and streamers everywhere. The big happy birthday, like I had put that like on like this little part of the wall that came down from the ceiling that you could walk like into the living room. It's kind of like a, not a partition, but it was like this little, like in the kitchen, you know, have that little wall that comes down from the top of the ceiling. So I put the happy birthday with a name, balloons, streamers, and then I had like over by the bed in the bedroom, I bought like a unicorn cellophane balloon and another like happy face balloon and put those on one side of the bed and put on the other side of the bed and put a big happy birthday on the top of the bed. Bros, let me tell you. You hear all this simp stuff I'm talking about? I have never dug that deep into my, simp psyche and pulled out and did something like that. I was married for 20 years and I never did anything like that for my ex-wife. I did other things, but I never did that. I was just like never into that type of thing. But I did other things, you know what I'm saying? But I never did this, but I knew this is what she wanted. I knew this is what she wanted. I knew this is what you wanted. You hear me? So I did all of that, bros. And it was crazy, man. I was so proud of myself. And then I also went to to the Carvels. I bought the cake. And then I bought this little necklace for like a little cute little, I think it was a star necklace or something like that with some, and then a bracelet, like, one of the little tennis bracelets, like one that has all those little charms and stuff on it. So that whole little set right there cost me $350. But it's crazy to see how much you spend for $300 and what you get in silver or even gold. It's nothing. It's like a little piece of paper. I went to like three or four different jewelers, and I just wanted a little something to go along with the, with it. And it was like, what is this shit? It's like if you sneezed on it, it looked like it was going to break apart. But it's amazing, like how much you got to spend to get something like really decent. So I would have to spend like a couple of G's to get something thick that's going to have some weight, or like at least $800 to have some weight to it. I was like, nah, man, yo, I'm already going overboard. This is off the chain the way I set this thing up. If she ain't happy about this, then we just need to break up. So I had that little gift. So, yo, she came there, bros, and she was blown a freak away in the moment. I'm going to get to it. She was blown away. She got inside. She saw everything. Yo, it's all about you, boo, and it was off the chain. Now, man, once we got ready to do the dirty deed, she went off, right? But you see, this is all this stuff that I wound up doing for her. And I told her, I said, yo, sis, like, yo, we only even been dating a year, almost a year now, and I have never done nothing like this before. I couldn't believe I could even do it. This is how I feel for you. I hope you really understand. And she was like, yo, I get it. Yo, I never had no man do this for me either. I was married. I got 3 kids and ain't no man ever did this for me and da 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 da. And like, yo, she's gay. She was, she used to live the gay life too. That's another video I'm going to get into about that part about, well, we're gonna get into that later about women who have led that life and who are straight and that who are straight now or blah blah blah. But anyway, even when she was in that relationship, this didn't happen for her. So the point I'm trying to make is it's like, wow, man, I did all that simpish stuff for an outcome. What was the outcome? I'm gonna tell you what the outcome is, so that I don't be questioned anymore. I don't get questioned on my commitment to what we doing here. I don't want to be questioned. And if you do start scratching the back of your damn neck about, what, I'm kind of thinking about, I don't know what Michaela's doing. Like, what's MGTOW Monk doing? Like, what's he really up to? When that moment happens, you pull this out right here. This is what I told her. You pull this moment out. And remember this moment, because I took pictures of all of that stuff. I still have them. I wish I could post them up on this channel so I could show you these pictures of what I did. It was magnanimous, you know. And after it was all said and done, the other video that I have, this is part two to the other video about trying to please a woman, why you will always fail. That's what you type in on my page and it'll come right up. This happened before that. This is part two. This stuff that I'm telling you about, this birthday thing that I set up for, this happened before um, I had the conversation with her and ended the relationship. And how it ended was, like I said in the other video, me just telling her, like, yo, man, you got too much mouth. You talking too much. You need to be humble. You know what I'm saying? You just running your mouth too much. Now, and I'm like, yo, I'm telling you that because of the dude who just set up that birthday thing. Now, I said this maybe 7 months after that moment took place, the next year. And then as soon as I said what I said, she couldn't like stop for a minute and hold herself and say, "Oh, well, maybe let me be open-minded." What do you mean by I'm talking too much? She didn't even do that. Well, hold up, that's a little strong. Where are you coming from with that? Didn't even go there. Just immediately went into like she's black woman mode. Who do you think you are? And you can't talk to me like that. Now you see, listen to all of that. I just did this for you 7 months ago. Look how fast that sucker was forgotten. You couldn't stop for a minute and just say, well, hold up, that's a little strong. What do you mean by that? Why are you talking to me like that? You know what I'm saying? And then the list of 60 attributes that she wanted in a man, and I got 58 out of the 60. Combine these two things together, and the relationship still ended. How did it end? I still couldn't please her. She still wasn't pleased. So at this point, gentlemen, I don't know what else you can do when it comes to trying to please a woman. Because look at the painstaking thing that I went through. Went to Florida, picked her up at the airport, had the little gift with her I told you about on the seat when she opened the door. That blew her out. She gets to the house, she gets to the condo. We come out the elevator, and she sees all the balloons in front of the door, the happy birthday. You walk in, the whole thing is lit up. It's all about you. It's all about you. All of this stuff I did. You know how deep I had to dig into the simp bag to start thinking about all of these things and how am I going to put it together? Because it was just happening on the spur of the moment. It wasn't like something I planned out. It was like I'm standing in what you gonna call it, Party City, and it's just the ideas are just flowing because I'm trying to do something nice out of the bottom of my heart. I really wanted her to be happy. That was my motive. I wanted her to be freaking happy. I wanted her to know that this dude, MGTOW Monk, is a really cool dude. And if anything goes wrong in our relationship that we doing, you need to remember this moment. And yo, she didn't, bros. She didn't, man. It's just like a freaking crackhead, man. You give them $1,000 worth of freaking crack. As soon as they finish smoking it, can I get one more? They're never satisfied. So this is the reason why we have the MGTOW movement, so that we can start learning. Like, yo, bro, you want to move in with a woman after doing all that? You want to have 3 kids with a chick and have her drag you into child support court and rip your ass up? Have back child support and have the freaking. That's another conversation we have about back child support and how they can only get it if they agree to have the man incarcerated. That's the only way you're going to get the back child support. You got to agree to that shit. That's a whole nother one I'm going to get into. But this is what I'm saying. You want to get back into this again? Yo, after I did all of this stuff for her, and I, painstakingly dug down into the scent bag and made everything nice for her, man, I was like, wow, I'm still that guy. You still gonna talk about me behind my back when you talk to the next man that, yo, MGTOW Monk wasn't, he did a couple of little somethings for me, but he really took advantage of me. Yo, man, that's really messed up.